Welcome back everyone to Missions 101, where today we are going to run the third pair of missions that are part of the sixth set. Let's begin with the one remaining mission for Horing, which is the Worm Hatchery. I think it's going to involve worms. A new mission for you, Pine Leaf. We have found a den of worms within the mountains. What's left of Skata's foul brood lay their eggs and raise their young there. I ask that you infiltrate their lair and destroy their eggs before more can hatch. For the Jauruka! For the Jauruka! For the Gabil Aka! Now, let's see what the twist is. Sacrificial and low health monsters in this mission will attempt to end their own life to damage and apply a fear effect, meaning those graspy little shadows that like to come out of you on the ground, if my guess is correct there. Deep in the worm's graph, what remains of Skatha's brood makes their den. Your mission is to infiltrate the clutch hollow and destroy the worm eggs within. Yikes. Welcome to the Worm Hatchery. Well, it looks like the mobs have arrived. I saw the flight down. Alright. Now, let's grab this fireworm first. I don't know if they brought any of the drakelings with it, but alright. But remember, this I think it... Hey. The other twist is that these things breathe fire, of course. Yikes. Ooh. Well, I'm going to have flaming tar on me. I better have a munch to eat and start destroying their eggs. Definitely worm eggs. They seem to be a bit large for drakeling eggs. I think the drakelings could have smaller eggs than that. Maybe the worms could fit inside of there, but I think the fire whelpings, they can use about an egg a quarter of that size, maybe. So that's a possibility. Now, if you catch them early enough, would they make a good omelet or something? One never knows. I don't think there are any eggs down this way. I think the nearest egg is, well, the one that I missed here, apparently. And we have this hatchling here. Now let's see. This hatchling here, I think that hatchling has a couple of days growth on it on top of whatever it had. Oh, actually, remember the... Yeah. Let's get rid of this seared thing on it. I don't like standing in that fire. It's too warm for my taste. It burns my toes. There you go. And which is saying quite a bit considering that I've got boots on. I think these eggs are at different locations depending on the run. Because I didn't remember that these two being right next to each other. Alright. I suppose that explains a few things. Now let's see. Can I sneak in here and get this egg? There you go. Yep. Yeah, just a couple of days growth, I think. I think those... It'd be a snug fit for that, but... Hey, can I measure your size compared to that egg? Trying to see how well you could fit into there. Well, obviously the table, if it's a little bit more flexible, while in the egg, let's see, we've got there. Yeah, let's get out of here. Boy, they certainly get a pretty hot breath at quite a young age, that's for sure. I mean, really, that's really impressive for a new hatchling, I gotta say that. They don't mess around. Definitely not late bloomers. There you go. When it comes to breathing fire, it must be very, very instinctive for them. I do wonder what is in their metabolism that allows this fire. I mean, is it something similar to what you've got from a bombardier beetle or something like that? I guess that's always a possibility. Oh, I missed that egg. Ah. There you go. Now I got it in the right spot. Now that means that we need one more, and I think there is, yeah, there is an egg right there. Now this, I had a feeling I was going to get all three of them, which is a bit of a problem, especially considering we've got this sacrificial thing. So we've got three of these things. Fortunately, the worst of them is down. And I can take care of those. Alright, good. Done with the drakes. And worm eggs over easy. Well, okay, maybe they're not that easy to be over with them, but you get the idea. Now, is this the back door upstairs? No, I can't. Well, I don't see the back door right now, so I will go back to the front door. There you go. Up this way. By the back door, there are actually two ramps down here, because there's a second ramp down here. Oh, there's a worm in the way on the back door anyway. But whenever I enter into this instance, I always go down this way. But it really doesn't matter which way you go down, because you could just still eventually do several of them. And all you need to do is to find those 10 eggs and do them. And it doesn't matter which order you do them. Right, Scout? Great work. Let's report our success. Yeah. A dwarf with few words. I'm reporting my success. Good work. Better to deal with those devils before they start breathing fire at us. I think they've already started breathing fire. Just saying. Just saying. Well, that takes care of horns, but of course, we also have 3 from Ozma, and we'll do one of those today. Idols of Corruption. Oh, joy. Yes, do you know of the Targrim? Yeah, I know of them. They are fearsome wood trolls, native to Mirkwood, or Erig Lasglin, as the elves have renamed it. Yeah, you've told me that before in an earlier mission. My scouts have seen some peculiar activity among the trees in the Mist Hollow. They have seen the Targrim corrupting the horns into foul monstrosities and then worshipping them as idols in some dark deity. I don't like this pine leaf. Who knows what evil plans they have for corrupted horns? I task you with entering Grazoth Gropor and defeating them. Yes, let's go defeat these horns. But of course, what's the twist? Probably something like crushing? Yeah, crushing. Some monsters of Mitch will attempt to crush the attack, and I think it's the horns that do that, though I'm sure the wood trolls make a good attempt at doing it. I'm pretty sure it's the horns that have the real crushing attack. The wood trolls, known as the Targrim, still haunt much of Erislasgalin. Deep in Grazoth Gropor, they spread their corruption amongst the trees. Your mission is to defeat the corrupted horns in Grazoth Gropor. Let's go. And we have arrived. And this is one of those outdoor ones where you need to be a little patient for all the frills and all the mobs to spawn in before you start doing much. Red dots. Seeing the red dots is your friend. Now, here we go. Here are some corrupted trolls. And what we need to do is to find the horns. And I've usually mentioned this whenever I fight these things, but I've come to the conclusion that when they do that, attack where they stick their fist in the ground and start poisoning you, if you have the ability to resist the poison that they put into you, then let's do it. Because look at this. It's not really doing anything to me. At least not enough to be a major nuisance. And it'd be nice if I actually see what that poison does. I think I did before, but I can't remember the exact values it has in there. Beating heartwood? Oh, that sounds sick. Oh, I was about to say, oh, what's up there? But it's way up there. I'm not going to be able to get up there anytime soon. That one, oh, that's one of the horns. All right. Usually expect there to be a troll next to one of the horns, but apparently this one was left all by itself. A corrupted horn. Oh, let's get into this. And this one, I'm sure is going to try to crush me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is the crush thing. Actually, what if I've set up an interrupt in there. I was thinking that maybe it was a good time to do a test to see what exactly the crushing does, but my fingers apparently decided that that wasn't a good idea. And that's 1 of 5. Now, if you want to kill Targram until you're blue in the face, well, or at least until you wipe them out, you could wipe the last Targram out before you wipe out the last horn, and you should be able to rack them up. Now, I don't think there's any reason to do so, though, because this is certainly not earning any D credit for me in any way. But if you wanted the drops, for example, if you were for some reason looking for blackened branches and why you get cracked lance from these things? Well, blackened branches, you most definitely get quite a bit of it. If you're collecting blackened branches and you want to get every single one you can from this instance, then go after the Towergram first, and then the horns. I think this is the first time I accidentally got the attention of one of the horns. Usually, oh, crushed. Resistance, wound 130, plus 20% incoming melee damage, plus 20% incoming tactical damage, and plus any. Alright, yes, I didn't see the red induction because it's underwater. It was underwater, so I missed it there. But at least that tells me what crushed is. So, while not a perfect situation, at least I got semi-useful information out of it, perhaps. Now, let's deal with this. Deal with these Targram. See, I have got 2 of these done. Right? Yeah, 2 of the corrupted horns done. And any more in this area, we've got warrior, 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 corruptor, 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 corruptor. So I don't need to go into a place that has only Targrim, and because while, as I said, it's possible to go after Targrim until you're blue in the face, that is definitely not something that I want to do. I prefer to get to this thing as quickly as possible, and this is not one of my quicker runs on this. Because boy, if I've been getting some interesting... That's the second time I managed to do that. Interesting. As I said, normally I find a perfect ambush spot. I ambush it. And usually I see when it's getting ready to crush me. And that's the second time it managed to crush me today also. Boy, am I awful on today's run. But we will get through these. There you go. Now, see, I think I want to go up this hill. Is this the hill I want to go up? No. I'm lost again, right? Yes, of course I am. Oh. Okay, fine. Do your... What does this thing do now? Oh, yeah, common... No wonder it does common damage. No wonder it's... No wonder I'm shrugging it off. Alright, apparently I've got good mitts against common damage. Well, that's common, I guess. Let's see what's down this way. Oh, let's just go after this one. I think I've gone through a completely different path than I usually do. This is... Oh, okay, there's a horn right up here. Now this time, can I actually ambush it before it... attacks me? Yes! Alright! Can I detect when it starts to do its crushing attempt? Well, I have a lot of trouble seeing if it's doing any induction. That's the problem I have here. These things are big! Alright, that's 4 of them down. And when I say down, I mean that quite literally. Felling. Let's see. Where is the... Felling trolls. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. I want to find out where that last one is at. Because I am just so out of my usual range here that... I think they're... When you see lots of dots, there's one right up there. Oh, and there's a convenient road right after it. So that means that maybe I can get back to the target site in time? What do you think? You think I can get... Oh, that time I see the induction. Okay, that's why I'm paying so much attention to the trunk that maybe those other times I was just completely oblivious to what was happening. Always a possibility. There you go. Now, you can go away. Mission complete. Now, how do I get out of here? I think I need to go north. And... I don't think I've ever managed to get... Oh, okay. I think this road is what leads to it eventually. If I'm wrong, well... I'll get teleported away. Oh, an extra horn! How about that? For good measure. Well, it does answer the question on whether or not there are extra horns in this. Oh, come on! Ah. Okay, that time I have to take care of the root. Oh, good grief. This is like the worst I've ever had to finish it. Alright, now that I'm finally crushing rooted. Oh, well, that I expect. Right now I can tolerate that a little bit. Well, so much for being rooted. Hey, stop knocking me out. Hey, will I be able to finish this combat before it unceremoniously knocks me out of the instance? I think this is the worst I've ever done in getting out of this place. I always get a little bit lost, but I think this is the first time I've gotten completely lost. Now, let's see. Right? Yeah. I've gotten completely lost. Well, I did say that this was one of the most unusual routes I've ever taken through this particular instance. So unusual, I can't remember a single place I went. Well, no treasure box this time, but I've got plenty of those Gabielaka marks, so it's not like I'm running low on them. So the loss of occasional chest is not a major problem here. It gives me 1 to 3 whenever I take it on there, and Ozma here also gives me a few, of course. Thank you for putting a stop to whatever foul magics were afoot in Grazoth Gropor. The elves can call the forest whatever they want, but it still seems like Mirkwood to me. So here, usual rip bonus and a few war marks. There you go, the Idols of Corruption, which finishes off today's episode. And that ends the third pair of missions in the sixth set. And we'll finish off with the final pair in the next episode of Missions 101.